thanks for checking in with us. We just caught Ready Player One. Now, both Joe and I read the book that the film is based off of, and we promised after we left the theater we were not going to share our thoughts. We're going to put it all out here on this review right now.
Yep.
So I don't know what you thought of. I mean, okay, we kind of know what each other thought.
We knew exactly what we thought.
How do you want to break this down?
All right, so if you guys don't know what Ready Player One is, it's a dystopian future taking place in 2045. They're creator of this virtual reality world, Holiday, and has set up a game for everyone to play inside of it for a chance to own all of the Oasis. Right.
And what I loved about the book and what really hooked me about the book was because I can kind of see our society progressing that way. Our faces are always in a screen. We're always plugged into social media in some way. We're always connecting with other people. And that's basically how everybody lives their life at this point. Yeah. Everything is done through the internet, through the interwebs, through the Oasis. Even just, buying stuff.
Working and everything. Like you get coins from battles, and so everything's that way. Our leader, Percival or Wade, is our main character, and he goes on this crazy journey. It's a crazy journey in the book and the movie to find these 3 rings. He gets three keys. He meets a group of people, a clan, and then it unfolds that way. Obviously, the hero wins at the end after this massive battle, just like. And the greatest thing about this book/movie is that of all the 80s references, the video game references and different things of that nature, which always hits a piece of home for us.
Especially for our generation.
80s babies, 90s babies.
Everything that we grew up with.
So good. And they have new things in the movie that are based off of the current day and age to kind of keep it relative.
The very first page of the book, they quote Ghostbusters, and I was in from there because that's one of my favorite movies of all time. So I was like, well, okay. But
that's the story.
Yeah.
And now here's.
Well, hold on. If you watch the trailer, they do give a little bit of the music from Willy Wonka. And that is kind of the premise of the story. And he gives away his shares of the Oasis. Mm-hmm. And so everybody's battling to try and become the winner. And that's kind of how it is. And it turns into a Willy Wonka kind of situation where he's handing the keys over to Charlie and here you go, enjoy the chocolate factory.
Yeah.
So I was hyped for this film.
We were
really excited about it.
Yeah. And
so this is the hardest part for me. The whole time we're watching this film, I'm both really annoyed, but at the same time, really, really happy.
Yeah.
They almost did nothing.
Right. Spoilers, right here, right now. The rest of it you could have seen through the trailers. I mean, right at this moment,
if you watched our Wrinkle in Time review, you know how we feel about films not sticking to the original story. However,
they did not stick to the story.
They did not stick to the story in any shape or form.
There's 3 keys.
All of the characters are still there. All of essentially everything about the characters, their backstory, all that kind of stuff is still there.
Still permanent.
But everything that happens, every way they unlock
how
the key,
they get a key,
the way they all meet each other, every single thing about it, single thing about the story has been changed aside from the characters'
and
names.
the 3 keys.
And the 3 keys. But I mean, in every way, shape, and form, they still do have elements from the book, obviously, and they have to.
Video game elements.
But at the end of the day, it's not the book at all.
It's crazy.
It's crazy, but at the same time,
I loved it.
Because here's the difference between this, and again, if you caught our Wrinkle in Time, and if you haven't, pause this, go back, watch our Wrinkle in Time review. But here's the difference between this film and what Wrinkle in Time did. Wrinkle in Time still gave us no friggin' story, no frickin' plot, no frickin' explanation. This thing, if you've never read the book, this is still one hell of an enjoyable film.
Oh yeah.
You have story, you have character backstory.
That you enjoy.
You understand what's happening at all times. You're not sitting there being like, wait, how does this work? Wait, what do you mean? What are you talking about? And then it's never explained. You get everything from start to finish. And then you got the visuals, and then you got the pop culture reference. You got the soundtrack. You got, oh my good God.
Yeah, but story versus movie. Nothing. It was weird.
Well, again, it's I wouldn't say nothing.
It's just really hard.
Just totally convoluted. So, they took the whole story and they were like
8 ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever I'm gonna end up with. Let's see. Do I make this move? Okay.
That's exactly. Yeah.
And then Steven Spielberg is directing this movie. So visually stunning, great landscapes he loves.
So we saw it in 3D IMAX, and
first 10 minutes.
I have really bad motion sickness. The first 10 minutes, I said, "Oh, good God, I hope the whole film is not like this." Thankfully, it wasn't. But wow.
Yeah, no. First 10 minutes, you're in, and they virtually in, and like they took like I watch a lot of IMAX movies. But they even took extra care to like see the sounds coming from way.
Well, Steven Spielberg is known for his layering. If you really want a perfect example of his layering, watch Jurassic Park and really pay attention to the depth and the different levels and everything that he puts into his shots. And so this type of setting is absolutely perfect for what he does. But the first 10 minutes, man, I
hold on to as you enter the oasis. Yeah, no,
it was intense.
They show, and I think it's like it was to like get you ready for what you're going to visually see. Yeah. And they have a different plot stories to it. So overall, I really enjoy the movie.
Yeah.
I wasn't, and like I'm like hating and liking it at the same time, but I knew that I was gonna love it the whole way. There's video game references and like so. One part that I was thrown off and I wasn't sure if I was gonna like was the quarter reference that they have. So in the book, in order for him to earn this quarter, he had to get the high score on Pac-Man, which was a perfect game.
Well, he had to beat
Pac-Man holiday score, which was a perfect game, and he does that in the book, obviously. And this one, he just has to remember a reference. He
has a bet with somebody, and he has to win the bet.
The librarian.
The bet is all 25 cents.
So
again, while the characters are the same, what they do is completely different from the story. How they meet is completely different from the story. How they end up winning each key,
challenge,
and then the egg in the end is completely different.
Which I
how
get to.
How they deal with the big bad is completely different. I would say because they don't defeat him the same way as they do in the book.
No, because
there are definitely elements there that were in the book, but it's not in any way the same story. Okay. And then even so, Halliday has an assistant, Morrow. Even Morrow's involvement who is also played by Simon Pegg.
Although they put his involvement back in at the end. Yes, they do tie it back. They
do circle back to it, but again,
he was a bigger presence in the book than he is in the current story. Yeah. And I don't remember the Shining part in the book.
No.
Am I like not mistaken, right?
I'm sure they reference it, but there certainly did not have a full chapter.
I jumped. Like legit, like out of my seat. I was like,
So so if you've read the book and love the book like we do, you're disappointed because you wanted to see the stuff from the book, and I did. I wanted to see how he escaped from the big bad. I wanted to see how their interactions when they finally do meet up and all of that stuff. And unfortunately, none of that was the same. But again, even if you have read the book, but if you've never read the book, it's still an enjoyable movie at the end of the day. It's a great sci-fi action film.
The characters, the Artemis was really good. You didn't like how they met or how she inside here she's like a leader of a rebellion.
Yeah, she's a loner. She wants nothing to do with Wade Watts. She wants nothing to do with his pal H. She doesn't want to team up with them. Let me figure it out on my own. That's how it is in the book. And in this one, it's like right away she's on board and she's helping them and she's supporting them and she's the one kind of leading them
to helping
in a way. And it's like, but
in the book, and it's fine because I now like see it why they had to make some of those certain decisions and why they couldn't.
Listen, like I said, at the end of the day, I'm not mad at it. I still would have liked to see the book come to life, which I definitely didn't get in this film. But like I said, I'm not mad at what they did do, but I just kind of feel like I don't know. Maybe I just wish I had never read the book at all, or I don't know how to explain it.
No, I think I'm actually happy with both. They are actually both. Much as they tie in together, they are both good separate projects. This is like one of the few things where I'm okay with the changes that they've made. I'm
definitely not okay with the changes, but like I said, I kind of just have to consider this a completely separate entity. That's kind of what they did with it.
Yes.
And as such, it's great.
Yeah. They had to make. I don't know. There's always this tough decision what parts to bring in. Like they couldn't read the first challenge in the book.
And there's a heck of a lot of story there. There really is. Yeah. So I do understand cutting certain things, but again, to completely change none of the scenes were the way they were in the book. None of them. Not a single one. So to completely change sequence of events, again, character roles, everything like that is pretty crazy. And I don't know that it was necessary. But again, at the end of the day, I still really enjoyed the film. Yeah.
And so no, I'm not sure. Lena H, did you like her?
Yeah.
I was a big fan of her.
I really like that actress, and I thought they did the character really well. I really enjoyed the interaction between all of the characters had great chemistry. Yeah. The writing was really great, but I mean, again, there were things I would have liked to see. I didn't see it. I'm gonna have to get over it at this point. Because again, I'd be happy to see it again.
Oh, I'm definitely seeing it again.
For sure.
All right. Rating. Oh wait, favorite scene.
I mean, the beginning scene, the race was pretty cool,
Epic.
but again,
King Kong.
It was literally the first 15 minutes of the film, and I was already like, okay, none of this is right.
None of it.
He's
not in a school.
Yeah, I had to get over that, but it took me a minute because I was like, okay, no, like that. A, none of this happens. B,
I was
that's
really
not,
confused because that was like the main part of the trailers, and I'm like, they don't race at all, and like they barely mentioned the DeLorean in the book, but like they make reference to it. Yeah. That he owns that car, but it was never such. But he was riding the DeLorean like 50% of the film. Top of the trailer, and then he rides it most of the time.
And even the DeLorean wasn't right because he was supposed to have the Ghostbuster symbol on the side of that, and I didn't see that in the film. No. But again, now we're nitpicking, but yeah. Yeah. But no, the initial race it's a great scene. Again, Steven Spielberg, he knows what the hell he's doing. The visuals are just phenomenal. Amazing. But yeah, I mean, again,
that was your favorite scene to start it? Really?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I mean, the end fight was pretty great too with the charge.
Halo fighters, they use splitter guns. They use, oh my god.
Chucky, that part with Chucky was crazy.
Oh, they use so many good references. And I think my favorite part will definitely be H interacting with the Shining movie in the book, like that scene where they go, like, because that's how I react. Yeah. Oh, crazy lady, you're naked. Don't come. No. Oh.
You have to see the film. Please see the film to understand what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna roll with this. What's that? No. Oh. Perfectly well acted. And I mean, like, it's a robot that she's in, like this mechanical creature, but I'm just like, I still see you underneath there. Right. Like, they still make the humanity, like, you can get lost in the virtual world, but you don't actually disconnect with your characters.
And I mean, again, we talked about this when we gave you the preview of what was to come. So, Steven Spielberg, is it a love letter to the stuff that he's done? Absolutely, but that's how it was written. It
was written that way.
But they also throw in, like you said, a lot of really nice nods to some other things.
The opening credits, I mean, like the opening scene where it's just making us all dizzy, had Minecraft in there. So like it has Overwatch,
King Kong, Batman,
and they had the Batman car, the old retro one.
The Adam West from Adam West show.
One. Yeah. It was so dope to see that car. Yeah. Man, I forgot. Oh, that was so cool. Yeah. So, no, that was so dope. I was like, oh, look at that. Oh, it's that. Yeah, so no. Yeah. And they have anime references. They had the Toads are from Xbox, one of the old game, Battletoads video game.
Even Teenage Mutant Ninja in there.
They had these, like, I'm gonna have to, like, buy this DVD. Like, I mean, honestly. Because I'm gonna have to pause it.
Again, please read the book because it is phenomenal.
Landscapes of all these things and these people and the battles that they had. They changed.
But I mean, if you give a crap about any geekdom, any fandom out there,
it's there.
It's worthy seeing this film for sure. But absolutely, please read the book.
They even have Simon Pegg and
Simon Pegg is in there.
And then like they dressed up as the old '90s, so like you get to see the throwback to like some of the clothing that they were. All of it's really good. Yeah. Rating.
I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5. And I promised this to my Snapchat viewers. I said if Will Wheaton is not in the film in any way, because not only does he narrate if you get the book, the audiobook,
he is the narrator.
He is the narrator, but they also do reference him in the book themselves. And I said, I hope he at least makes a cameo.
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk. The Star Trek thing wasn't your favorite?
I mean, the Star Trek thing was cool. I didn't expect it to be a full-on Star Trek thing, but that was really great. But the fact that Will Wheaton wasn't in it, I already said flat out, I'm knocking off half a star. So I'm giving it, I'll give it 4 out of 5. Yeah. 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 But still, again, while it wasn't the book, it still was really enjoyable.
Own movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I agree with that. Like I thought I was gonna be really upset if it wasn't close to the book, but they did an amazing
job.
And
again, I mean, and he kept looking at me while we were watching it because literally every scene, I was like, "Are you serious? Are you?" Because nothing was right.
Generally, I'm the extra
one. But at the
one.
same time, I still was in my seat like, this is awesome. So it was the weirdest thing. I was up and down the whole time because I was like, okay, that pisses me off that it's not right, but damn it, that looks so good. It was so much fun. And it really, at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's so much fun.
And yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 too. No, we're gonna be the same on this one. Hey guys, I want to know what your favorite scene was, because if you watch this, you've been spoiled the hell out of this. So
and if you've read the book, please let us know your thoughts.
What reference did you miss?
Yeah.
What thing you missed? If it was the movie, having to say word by word in the movie in the beginning of the book.
What you were, yeah. But
see, I knew that was really boring. Like, you couldn't have them replay a movie. But they could have just kind of done like a montage or something while he's going through it quick. Like, okay, he's at this scene. Okay, he got to the end. I don't think I like the. There could have been some other stuff going on. I think it was better that way. I kind of missed them being in the high school though, and actually having but they make a reference to the Lotus, so they do make a reference to the schools and stuff of that nature. To Lotus, but it wasn't where they were. But no, I'm okay. Like, I'm really like, I thought I was gonna be really upset.
But again, if you did read the book, let us know if you found it lacking.
And if you didn't read the book, what was your favorite part that you did like about this movie? Or what did you think that?
Or if you didn't like it, tell us why. Yeah.
Leave a comment below. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, like us. And we'll see you guys for the next review. I'm Joe, and that is Liz at Hawkeye35, Hawkeye MC on Snapchat, comics, fashion, everywhere else, and we'll talk to you guys later. Peace. We look like we're already like.
Yeah, we're like. That's a wrap.
I'm done, and then we're like walk the out. Yeah, like so. Like sometimes it's not like we don't give it enough of like a pause, so I'm like cut, but you don't get to see like.